Cadre and YouTube folks. It's your pleasure to be seeing me again. I want to put my glasses on to show you my soap I'm using today because I forgot. This is by Tallow and Steel. Beautiful artwork. I haven't used this for so long and I forgot this. This is kind of, I don't know if you can hear that. This is textured, so it just feels kind of cool. And this one actually came with its own, South Florida Wet Shavers. So this was a collab for this soap. But it's kind of around the edge. They list the scents by percentage. So it must be like the oils that they use, but 56% Florida grapefruit. We'll get to, I feel like Major Rich. I take a lot of meds. So 19% yuzu, 7% Douglas fir, 5% Japanese pine, 5% buried Japanese cedar wood, 4% ginger, 2% basil, 2% cedar leaf. So it's kind of cool that they've got that listing there. So you, I don't know, like me, you forget. And handmade in Winnipeg, Canada. How about that, Sam? Straight from the Canuck side of the border. Anyway, that's what we're using today. I also got the old aftershave for it. No work today. It's already, I was going to check the time, but we're recording, so I can't. I think it's 9:30ish. It's late in the day for me for a shave. So quick medical update, and then we shan't discuss that any longer because, of course, you all are keeping up with my videos and blogs as I would expect, and you know that had a reoccurrence of kidney stonage. It's now Wednesday, so Monday went in and got that zapped with a laser. I'll say just in broad thoughts without a ton of detail that after they do that, they have to get the laser up to where the stone is, so you can avoid imagining that as you please. Because they've irritated the lining of that whole area, there's a stent, which doesn't sound like much. It's basically a big long rubber tube that goes, my understanding is, most of the way up to your kidney to keep that from getting inflamed and closing off, so that then, your kidney would just swell up and explode, basically. So anyway, having that stent in place is uncomfortable, inconvenient, things like that. I had this done 4 years ago and tried to work through this period of time because the doctor told me, it can be a little uncomfortable. Which is funny because this time he said, how did you tolerate the stent? And I said, that sucked worse than the stone. And he laughed kind of like knowingly. So it's like, I think they underplay because maybe some people don't have problems with it and they don't want to make you anticipate it being terrible. But this time I opted to take the week off so that I can pain med up without concern about trying to get to work or what have you. So we'll just... We'll leave it at that. So this week I'm home. I medicated myself up so I could come take a shave. And again, this is my whole 1,000 however many days of straight shaving since the last kidney stone, because 2 days there I didn't feel like it. Yesterday, the day after the surgery, boy, I did not want to come down here, but I did. Got the streak going using the, you've seen this before. This is the quilt brush from Grey Dog on the Shaving Cadre. So anyway, we got all the time in the world. We'll just see where this conversation goes, because there's plenty to talk about, and I don't know what the brain will choose from here to there. I told the guys the biggest problem this week is going to be not buying a lot of stuff, because I got plenty of time to sit on my phone surfing. We are using again the Titleist Essence, but this time there's just a half a DE blade in there because it takes 3 or 4 kinds of blades. I know it takes Artist Club, it takes injector blades, it takes half a DE blade, and I believe, would it take a hair shaper blade? I don't know. Anyway, it's very diverse. Kudos to Gear Noir from the Cadre, our latest guy to acquisition himself one of these. And he asked, how did it shave with the, you can see you've got, an Artist Club blade would come down here. And did I find myself missing a lot of hair? And I didn't even think about that, but I mean, no. I mean, because you can see and feel where the blade is. So just like you would with any other shavette that takes a DE. Same kind of shave, and I think it's awesome. And actually, maybe I don't know. To me, the shave is at least as good as using an Artist Club blade. I think I'll say that. Why I don't use these more? Actually, I don't know. They're cheaper, right? But I get 4 shaves out of one of these. I get 6 shaves, 4 shaves because 2 shaves, and then I use the other half of this blade for 2 more shaves, right? Artist Club, I get 6 shaves out of. The Artist Club blades are like $1 a piece. And these are what, like 20 cents? So I guess this would be much more economical. You can save money by buying the Essence and using DE blades on it. Anyway, it's still a great shaver with this. Let's get started. Just so he can look forward to it. Like many others on this forum, I've been blessed to be the recipient of Scuttle Soap's largesse on the Cadre. Talked about this before. The sexiest bald head in shaving, Brian. He sent me a soap, just kind of at the beginning of going through all this junk. He does it all the time, constantly. Spreading the love, shall we say. So, Brian, if you happen to watch this, there's something non-shave related coming your way. I thought you and Aiden, either it'll be a lot of fun, kind of a enjoyable activity, or it'll be a disaster. So I figured it'd be fun to hear either way. The result should be showing up into this week, beginning of next. Talked about several months ago, did one of my coffee chats about watches, getting into the watch hobby. You can't see it now. I'm flipping off Barber Dave right now for getting me into watches. Speaking of Barber Dave, first of all, let's put that over here. Barber Dave, watch him. What I'm gonna try to do, see, he's got a problem. Apparently this is called cards. If you put like a name up there that you can click on and go to the person's channel. And now there were just a few of us still consistently putting out videos from the Cadre. That number has gone up, and apparently you're limited on how many cards you can put up there. So I'm curious if we can do, like on your own channel, you can do a watch list of videos, I think. And so people can, yours or anybody else's. So I'm wondering if we can do a list of the home channels of all the Cadre guys and just link to that. So you go to that and then it just shows all the guys. Excuse me, maybe. Something to look at. Anyway, I was gonna say, these shaves used to be sponsored by Hombre's Barbershop. And then I was supposed to get, he said, wait till we get to Vegas, I'll give you something better than a piece of paper to hang behind you as a, Dave, what up? Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, watches. Don't get me started. Oh, I get, if you don't get me started, you're just gonna watch me shave and it'll be boring. So I've been shopping. I mentioned we were in Vegas. I found one that I really, really loved. It's gorgeous. Someday I'll have that. But so I spent now quite a while multiple times throughout the day looking through watches for sale and then watching YouTube videos about those watches to see what people think about them and such. And we're back into I really kind of decided that instead of a bunch of like fashion watches, I would rather wait and get the nicer quality ones, because having now a few, not high-end stuff, but better than just fashion watch type of things. I get that I don't know. To me, they feel better. You can kind of see the workmanship in it and all that stuff. Appreciate it a little bit more. But hobby-wise, it's fun to get new stuff. And so I've been balancing between kind of middle range watches that I don't feel bad. But then if I buy one, then I feel like I'm farther away from getting like that gorgeous, beautiful one that I want. So that's been the struggle so far this week. And it's tough because like Scotch, shaving stuff to some extent, because I was going to say you can use it up, right? And you can then replace and buy more. But like how long, like, this soap, I don't know, I probably had that for 5 years or whatever, right? So it's not like you're running through this stuff, but watch it, you buy it and then it's there, and you're going to only store so many watches or use so many watches. Because I think I've mentioned I don't know what to do with them. I have a bunch of watches from back in the day that half I wear. Occasionally I find myself wearing my newer ones quite a bit more frequently just because they're a little nicer. But then there's some that I won't wear anymore. What do you do with them? They're fashion watches, so they're really not worth much. I thought about throwing them up on the Cadre under trade, trade me some soap or a brush or something. Maybe we'll do that. Anyway, so that's been the mental, emotional struggle. Every day with my list of, I've got this, I could buy this one today, but then do I wait? No, what do I do? And then, so to give you some back context, the other thing that I kind of collect is, I would say, oddball, out of the norm, Disney Cruise Line stuff. Not only do we love the Disney Cruise Line, I love their logo. I love the aesthetics of it. And so, some people on every cruise in the gift shop, they'll have shirts for just that ship that you're on. So you can kind of collect from where you've been. Or they've got plastic models that are fairly well detailed. You can only buy those on the ship of that ship. So people collect things like that, or the Disney pins for your lanyard, all that kind of stuff. If it's out there in the store for general purchase, that's not what I collect. I collect oddball stuff. Hold on, let me call coming in here. I won't have that one. So I can't, I'm not going to lift it all up, but I've got a Disney Cruise Line bath mat in front of my shower. I got a Disney Cruise Line towel here. I got a bathrobe here. Ooh, there. So that's kind of, you can't buy that stuff in the stores. I bought it somewhere, probably legit, like gray market Disney Cruise Line. This one, check this out. I've shown this before, but it's a safety vest from when the Fantasy was a dry dock. How many people have that? That's the kind of weird stuff is like, I don't know why, but if it's a little bit different, it's a little bit off. Oh, a little weeper there? Yeah, a little weeper there. It's just for me, right? Because ain't nobody see this stuff. So up pops this thing on eBay this morning, which a similar version to this item came up a few years ago. Not inexpensive. Have no need for it, have no place for it. And so luckily, like I'm doing with all this other stuff, I put it off long enough and somebody bought it. And usually I'm like, okay, that's cool. Save me the money, right? And I really had, but I've kind of been bummed about that one item ever since then. Even though I have no place for it, no, it was just so cool. And you don't see these things coming up like, and it's been for years, I think, maybe 3, anyway, a while. And it's not, there's very, very, very few of these things. So it comes up another version of it this morning. Like, oh. So again, buying this would take me farther away from any of those watches I'm looking at. Reach out, get a few more details just to make sure it's legit. It's coming. It's coming. It'll probably be featured in a video next week. I need some help. Anyway. So that's what's up with that. So to recap, Home on Drugs. Barber Dave, I need if you're gonna sponsor your sponsor, man. And 3, look forward to a video next week of something you can all shake your heads at, along with my wife. Like, what the heck you don't let me do that? Funny, it's so ridiculous. It wasn't much money, but just this week I got in the mail a Disney Cruise Line phone book from 1998. Like a big, thick, like actual, like the thin pages, like a real phone book. And it's from the cruise line, it said. So I don't know why it's special, because it's got phone numbers through the whole organization. It's got like pest control from the Magic Kingdom, and horticulture, and HR, and costuming from the Magic Kingdom. I mean, right. What's the point? But how many people have that? Yeah, that's just, like, it's a collection for me, right? Nobody else gives a darn. I just think it's kind of neat. I still remember, I think what it is, it was the safety vest. I also have a hard hat from a dry docking. And Spider was like, why? Just for me. Just for me. That's all right. Oh, yeah, getting an excellent shave from this thing. So what else? My semester is done, I believe, this week. Oh, geez. That was almost I wasn't thinking, I just kind of set it down and it dug. And if I would have pulled it all, that would have been increased my viewership for title. Just what's going on? That one might leave a mark. All right, hold on. Let me finish this up. Yeah, that second one, I can feel that one dig in a little bit more. Ooh, throat cutter. On the knuckle area right there. Oh, look at that. It's going. It's going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Hopefully the alum will stop that up. It's been a while since I zapped myself. Usually it's, like I said, usually up there that I can get it to dig in. Oh, it's going good now. Let's get the alum on this. It's funny, I almost ran out of alum. I got rid of the box. I mentioned one of my videos, I think I said this already. Isn't that the great, you get old and you guys get to hear the stories over and over, so you don't have to watch every one of my videos. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to stop it. I'd like to be getting more stinging feeling than I am. But Jarosh gave me a link on eBay to these alum blocks, decent size, and like 4 of them for super cheap. And they're fine now. When I started using them, though, they still do a little bit. They smell like pennies, which I did not enjoy, like metal, because I guess it is an alum, metal salt or something, right? But it's funny because on eBay, the category of the product was soup. I don't know if that helps with import fees or what, but oh, mercy. We're going to have to get out the styptic. Oh, this one's an adventure. Look at it. Man, that's it. You know how good of a shaver you are by how far down your styptic is buried. Right, this isn't still, I've shown you guys this before. It's all janky. It's busted up. I just pick the tip off and let's hope that this does it. How professional you are by how deeply buried your styptic is in your drawer. It's been a long time since this has been used. Hopefully that'll take care of it. Not going anywhere today. Anyway, I was saying the school semester, I think that did it, I think is over this week. We've had our last class last week. I think, yeah, last week I'm pretty sure we had class. Anyway, we're done, we're everything done. So when all the work is done, when the semester's over, kind of two different things. But we've got 2 classes next semester. One is basically our practicum, or whatever you want to call it. We started it this last semester, and then this next semester, most of the classes writing up your final paper, which we've already kind of started, I think, the beginning of it. So that should be no big deal. Yeah, I think we're doing all right. So what did I do? I washed off that. I did that. We'll do Quinn's cucumber mint again. Learned this one. The opening's too big. So I just got to do like 2 or 3 drops because it's a little bit creamier than other stuff, which is great if you need the hydration. So anyway, so that's one of the classes. The other class is medical policy, kind of like the legal aspects of things and all that. And so we have one kind of big project in that, and because it's summer term, and some folks have commitments. I don't know, which makes sense because it's summer anyway, but I also think part of it this year is just people haven't been traveling for years, and they're like, hey, I'm not traveling at all this summer, even though I am in school. So the teacher is super cool and gave us kind of already picked our groups for that project. Most of us have picked our topics, and so that you can get it done very early in the semester, so that if you're going to be gone, miss something or whatever, it all works out. So that's very nice of her. So actually, it's a debate kind of thing about a topic that you can have policy around. So what I thought with my YouTube professional experience, I just said, hey, I'll do the research. I'll write up a script. You guys just read it. I'll smash together you guys recording yourselves, doing your sides of the argument, and then we're done. We just have a link, and then whenever it's due, we just send them the link, and there we're done. So hopefully, if I can get off my keister, I'm going to start looking through the research today, as when things are comfortable. We should actually hopefully have that done before next semester even starts. And then that's it. One more semester, done with the masters. Boom. What's going to happen then? I don't know. I think if I don't have my watch before then, that's a perfect excuse. I've got an Octomore Scotch. That's my favorite Octomore that I bought a while ago. That will be opened probably the evening that I present my last paper. It's still kind of bleeding over there. What we do, I just figure I got time. I'm using the old Parasso. What is this? Rosemary. I think this one's rosemary mint too. Something like that. Everything mint. And then need to pick a scent. And again, You know, we've covered up. I used, so this was a citrus type soap, but now, you know, done cucumber mint, did the 2-in-1. I did rosemary, mint talc. It's like the scent. Oh, son of a mercy. I have the aftershave, but I've already done. So we'll apply this everywhere but the face, just to keep the, and I'm sitting here jabbering about having to pick a scent, and it doesn't matter what soap we use because you don't smell it anymore. And then here here we can do it on the back. I've got the thing to match it. Duh. Well, there we go, for scent wise. And again, that's all I use this aftershave for. I got my aftershave routine, so I don't need this to close up anything. And this, other than my wife going, boy, you sure got yourself. Looks like it's all taken care of. So there you go. Oh, only 25 minutes. I thought we would have been here like an hour. Pleasure to see you again, my friends. See you on the forums.